Obama deported a lot of violent criminals. Uh, in fact, I think we had the audio. Did we play that yesterday or did I just share it? Of Obama saying, like, if you commit a violent crime, you're going to get taken out of the country.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
Until Joe Biden just basically stopped doing anything the last 4 years, this was standard.
You are identifying the key dishonesty and this is why I was talking about Democrats won't say, you know what, guys, what we should really do is just legalize all the gang members who are here illegally in the country. Because, come on, America's a nation of immigrants. That's the de facto policy they want, but they won't argue for it publicly, right? They want everyone who's here to be able to stay, but they won't say we'll change the laws so that our fingerprints, our power is behind this. And what you're talking about, though, is Democrats have for a long time lied about what they want to do with the border and lied about their border policies and gotten away with it. But now that they don't control the pipes of information the way that they had previously, it has become more difficult for them.
I think what happened was we had this new media that just basically landed in America, and it was suddenly in everybody's phone, which was simultaneously in everybody's pocket and around all day. Nobody had any idea how to deal with social media. And again, historically, I think 20, 30, 40 years from now, people are going to look back and say it's no coincidence that BLM emerged right as Twitter and Facebook and Instagram were taking off. And we ended up with this fundamentally artificial algorithm driven by the West Coast, which suddenly attacked the foundational values that most Americans had come to agree to, even if they were from different political parties. And we talk about on this show, Buck, used to be you argue about what the corporate tax rate should be. Like that's like the 80s, 90s, 2000s era political battles. And suddenly the battle became America, is it a fundamentally racist country or not? And every social media platform said it was. And so it turned into white supremacy and the KKK. And a lot of people were looking around and they're saying, this is not the America I live in. And now with Elon's purchase of Twitter, suddenly some semblance of reality is returning. I just think it's not only interesting to think about the world as we see it today, to start to think about it on a broader scale 20 years from now, what this era is going to look like. People are going to think that we all went insane. And I think social media is what drove that and is a huge part of how we ended up where we are right now. Hopefully sanity is returning, common sense is returning, but really all Trump's advocating for is things that almost everybody agreed was normal 15 years ago. I mean, it's really kind of crazy to think about where we are. Look, we got a brand new advertiser, excited to have them, and they're working on a COVID relief program for self-employed gig workers, 1099 contractors. It's about to end. You can receive up to $32,200 if you missed work because you had COVID or cared for an immediate family member with COVID. You may qualify. Tax credit. You'll get a check from the IRS. Visit the website, taxcreditnow.com. They do all the work. Their team will fight for every dollar you potentially deserve. It only takes a few minutes to find out if you're eligible, get an estimate of your potential refund. Visit taxcreditnow.com and click on Claim Your Tax Credit Now. Just answer a few questions. One more time, the website, taxcreditnow.com.